Welcome back. Our next guest is a warrior when it comes to his battle with ALS. Thurman Maynard joins me now from his home in West Hamlin in Lincoln County. Thurman, it's great to talk with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you. It's always nice to talk to you because even in the short time I've known you, you're always very positive. And off camera, we were just having this conversation just about when you're dealing with something like ALS, being positive is the one thing you have control over, but it can't be easy. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, being positive with this disease, it takes me to a whole nother level. It brings, I never dwell on the negative side of this disease because there's always positive. I've got to travel the world, got to see numerous amount of awesome people through this journey that I'd have never probably ever met if it wasn't for this disease, and give me a lot of opportunity to do a lot of bass fishing, that's for sure.
Bass fishing is something we're going to talk about here in just a minute, and I know a lot of ears probably perked up on a political show, like go tell your friends that they're talking about bass fishing on Inside West Virginia Politics. But I want to talk to you. You had a chance, and I don't remember, forgive me if it was late last year or early this year, to go to the White House, go to Washington, D.C. Tell everybody about what you did there.
Yeah, there was nothing really for ALS. So the ALS community, we got together and a ALS community, and we all joined together, and we've done numerous amount of Zoom calls talking to senators all across the United States. And we formed a law. It's the Act for ALS bill. President Joe Biden, he signed it into law December the 23rd of last year.
And that was your birthday, right?
Well, it got past the Senate on December the 16th, my birthday.
Okay,
it passed the Senate floor. And then Joe Biden, before they took off on Christmas break, they ended up signing it into law.
What does it do?
What it does is it opens up access for small biopharmaceutical companies and people like myself. I'm I'm going on 4 years being diagnosed. Well, with the laws with the FDA, after 3 years of being diagnosed with ALS, they kind of exclude you from trials. You can't get into them. You can't have, there's really no hope.
Yeah.
Well, with the Act for ALS bill, if the small pharmaceutical companies, if they want to offer expanded access program, the Act for ALS helps the company pay for your way to have treatment. They can still, the FDA, they can still use your data. Plus that lets more people have access to drugs, trying to get more drugs in ALS bodies versus what it is today.
I don't want to dwell on that. I hate that you've lost anything, but I'm so glad that you have your voice because you continue to be an advocate for people who are in your shoes. And it's so important that we get the word out because those of us that can't take those things for granted, we really shouldn't after listening to you. I know you're going to continue to spread the awareness. We're going to get to that bass fishing part. Tell everybody about that, where they can join you and learn a little bit more and have some fun.
Yeah. May 14th, I'll be going down to Douglas Lake performing in a bass fishing tournament down there. It's brought to you by Morristown Marine team trail tournament. And it's a buddy tournament. I've been fishing them with a buddy of mine, Russ Simpson. He's a local man from up in Ripley, West Virginia. We're going to be traveling down and fishing this tournament. And Andy, the tournament director, he's a real good guy. I spoke with him earlier, and he's going to let me do a speech down there. And there's roughly going to be a little over 500 people down there to watch the weigh-ins and plus help, perform the tournament. But hopefully we just bring a bag of fish in and get to weigh in.
I see your Facebook picture with the fish right there, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know if it's a bass or not. But I think, taking things for granted, it wouldn't be safe for you to go and fish by yourself. So this buddy tournament gives you that opportunity, and you're going to be with people who enjoy the same sport, who can learn a little bit about it, and I know that they'll really appreciate it. Your positivity is contagious, and thank you for what you do to speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. And I'm going to have you back so we can share more of your journey and get your message out because it's important. So thank you, Thurman Maynard. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gus.
And that'll do it for this week's edition of Inside West Virginia.